VTUK.
We're in!
Cool. Are we unmuted?
Look at that.
Are we unmuted?
Are we unmuted? We are unmuted, I do believe. Yes, I've done the unmutes and everything. As far as I'm aware, this should be working.
People should be able to hear us.
Yes.
Sorry for the delay, guys. We were just faffing around with, I don't know.
It only took me, I only logged in at 7:30 to get it all set up. I don't know how Mark does it in like 5 minutes flat.
Years of practice, I think. Years of practice.
I still managed to screw up the show name on YouTube. So apologies if you if I started the stream, kicked you out, and then started it again. So
they're sitting over on the other link, talking in chat.
New bearer.
That's fine.
I'm sorry. But,
they'll catch it in a couple of hours when it comes up as a VOD.
When the delay finally kicks in. So
good
evening and welcome to episode 310 of the of Vape Talk UK.
Phil is saying it's very quiet, so Phil, just turn up the hearing aid.
Yeah, is that any better if I just talk straight into the mic?
You got a volume knob, Phil, somewhere on your computer. Give it a try.
Hey, and welcome to Vape Talk UK. It's don't forget, it's all for charity, mate.
See, Phil, you're gonna regret. You're gonna regret saying that, Phil.
Oh yes. So we are going to be we're going to be running through, don't forget, running through the top 10 vapes of the year. At number 10, we have got the Disposable Pod System. At number 9, we have Skunkers. Number 8, we are coming in with RTAs. Number 7, the obviously mustn't forget the basic RDA. And flying in at the number 1 spot, the Billet Box.
Going straight from 7 to 1.
Yeah, I suddenly realised.
I was waiting to see how far down that road you're going to go. We were just going to sit here and let you hang yourself.
Kind of realised exactly what you were doing, and at that point, my brain just went, I can't think of stuff.
They're leaving me out.
Top spot has got to be Chanu, the pumper thingy for your Squonkatsy.
I have no idea what you're talking about. None.
Never heard of it.
No idea.
No idea at all.
You're gonna have to. Are you vaping it right? You're vaping it right now.
Hell yeah.
Of course it is.
Hell yeah.
Should we do some hellos before we start, or?
So hello, who've we got in the? Yeah, someone else. I'm doing the control thing, so someone else who's in YouTube. Should we do YouTube
I'll do
first?
Twitch.
YouTube first. Let's give YouTube a little bit of loving.
Go on, you go with YouTube.
Fair enough. It says 11 viewers, but it's only it's not that many that says in participants list. But good evening to Grateful and to Josh, Matt Waits, you 2-timer, Murray and Simon. Well, he's both on Twitch and YouTube. I don't know why.
Is he dual fueling? No.
Yeah, he's dual fueling. Even
so he's bumping up the viewing numbers.
If you're still here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's who I can see on YouTube.
Cool. Right,
Nice.
In Twitch, we've got Steam Elements. We've got Andrew serial number 808. Good evening.
Not
We've got
404.
Saving Private Bacon is in. Hello, my friend. Mr. Matt Watts as well is
That'll be
there as well.
Marksky.
We've got Gareth No Surname is in the house.
So that's just Gareth.
Mr. Ben Vapes is in. Hello there. Chandler's
All of
there.
a sudden, the shopkeeper appears.
And Nightbot and Phil is in Twitch chat, or was in Twitch chat. He may have already gone off for a nap.
It'll be napping by now.
Yeah, so let's see. So it's going to go down. I think that's and Fee71 is in Twitch as well, and that's everybody from both chats.
It's a shame there's not two of Fee, because then it would be Fifi.
or Toffee.
Or
Toofy.
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 That sounds like Mike Tyson with the list.
It's one fee and two fee. One fee, two fee.
Oh, but that's probably how Dave Payne would say it as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Toofy.
Toofy. Oh, that's great. Toofy.
See, I didn't go for the semi-racist accent, but good to see we're starting off with the casual racism early this evening.
No,
could have been worse.
No, that's not.
Could have been really worse, you know.
It could have been, yeah. You could have done your Welsh accent.
I could have done my Welsh accent. Yeah.
Boy,
there's a lot.
Don't you start with me.
No,
that became Jamaican.
Don't
become Jamaican. Don't even go there.
Don't.
Oh dear.
Don't.
Went to my local curry house the other night. A lot of Welsh speakers in there. So he's gone. Where's he gone?
He's off. He's had enough.
He's off. All right. Dave.
Right. So, yeah.
How's your week?
Just you and me. Yeah. How's your week?
Toffee fee.
Two Fifi. Fee. Like that. Fantastic. Awesome. Oh dear.
Evening, Mr. Intense, as well. Mr. Intense, we don't know why there are 3 streams to episode 310.
What? There's how many streams?
Apparently there are 3 streams.
There's 3 streams? What, on YouTube or Twitch or what?
No, on
YouTube.
That's fine. There'll probably be. There's only one actually live, so it's fine.
Yeah, I screwed up one, so there might be another one from last week that
yeah.
I kind of screwed that up and then started it again. Sorry.
It's all right. We're live on both places, so that's all that matters. We're here.
Before we dive into some excruciatingly delightful details regarding this weekend's expo.
This weekend's hacktivities.
Yes,
because we had some.
What you love vaping on, Dave?
Me, go with me first. Right, I am vaping on the Spirebox Toddler Edition, and inside that I have got a Pioneer Insider. And inside that, I am vaping on the one purchase that I made from Vapor Expo, which you'll find out why that is later. And that is a Rebel Expogan Plum Job, which is basically a plum tobacco vape.
Nice.
And it's not bad. It's quite good. I'm not usually a tobacco person, but the tobacco is quite subtle. So I'm quite liking it. And now I've sort of tweaked it so as it works okay in mouth to lung. It's vaping quite nicely. So
yeah, I was gonna say you mouth to lunging it. This is the issue I've got, because I suppose, short fill 70-30, it's kind of direct lungy, and I know Bogan vapes it on his mech tubes.
So basically
you enjoy sucking on Bogan's plums.
Yes, they're quite fruity, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Rounded taste.
Considering where it's from. Yeah, well, you've got that earthy tobacco flavour, which I'm assuming is coming from the sweat. So it's all quite nice. It's just like that. Yeah. Surprisingly, not so salty, but I suppose that's more spring water.
Josh is already asking how Expo was. Josh, we'll
come into
get into that.
We'll get it. We'll get it. We're not going to start the show with a showstopper. Right.
Thanks very much.
I am
Ross.
also.
We need something else to talk about. So we're going for this first.
Yeah,
the
we've got over an
usual.
hour to kill. I am also vaping on the Tesla YE2. And on top of that, I have got my Nautilus 3. And inside that is liquid 7-berry blast from Darkstar. And I'm enjoying that immensely. I'm pretty sure that it is the company that used to do Lick Juice, Nick Salts. I'm pretty sure it's them because the two flavors I've tried are too spot on,
too similar,
the same.
Yeah.
So I think it's them. I'm very happy about that because I do miss those juices. So yeah. So and speaking of which, I also have got the Odin Mini, and on top of that is the Spire Nico, and inside that is the Raspberry Ripple from Liquid from Darkstar. Again, both those things are really enjoying them, and as always, got the pod system because I have to have a pod system because you've got to stay current and with the times.
Yeah.
So I've got my Minicam Plus with a.
And Ken is playing again.
Is he play? Oh, is he highlighting me? That's good. Yeah, enjoy the fabulous hair.
Oh yes.
Rewinding back to the white mod that you had before, Dave.
Yes.
So
my Tesla Wii.
When is that gonna start being painted?
That is never going to be painted. It's getting a bit of a patina on it from hand, sweat, and dirt. But I'm just going to let that go naturally. It's going to kind of get a bit of weathering on it. I'm going to go for the weathering effect on the Wii. I say as I've said a million times before, and I'll say it again. I don't mind. My painting career is now finished. My modding career is done. I did a limited edition of 3 items. And I have experimented with that and learned all I needed to learn. And what I learned from that is don't give up your day job. That's it. So I'm done now. So I'm going to stick with my 3 and that's it. Yeah, I've got 3 1-of-1s, so that's sorted.
Wow.
So that is everything I'm vaping on. So I'll go, Chandler. What are you vaping on this evening?
Me?
Yeah. Are you going to need to switch to your wide angle lens for one of them?
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
May need to do that. I might need to lean back a little bit. Okay, first off, I have got, because I've literally just put some juice in it just because it was sat on my desk, my billet box with some Space Cat doors.
Space Cat doors, yes.
Space Cat doors. There's Space Cat. Hello, Space Cat.
Want.
I hear that they did do the Space Cat doors for the Cthulhu box.
They did, yes, and I may have put a request in with the man himself, or the men themselves.
The men
but again,
themselves.
We'll come on to that later.
Yeah, I did overhear a slight conversation with that one. So, and in my Space Cat, I have got some musk.
You got some musk. You're vaping on some musk. Now, before you go into telling people what it is, it's not the best name in the world, is it?
No, but the reason for the name is it's obviously this isn't one of Bogan's, but it's by the same company.
Yeah, it's by Rebel Juice
that Bogan collaborated with. So he did a collab with 3 other flavours, and they've obviously got some more of their own. One of which is this musk. If you live in Australia, there is a sweet that has musk flavour. And apparently this tastes like that sweet. The only way I can explain it is it's kind of like Parma Violets, but it tastes nothing like Parma Violets because I hate Parma Violets. But it's kind of a rosewater, lavendery kind of. It's
basically it's a Turkish delight.
Tastes like Turkish delight, pretty much. Rosewater being the predominant flavour, but it's one of those love it or hate it flavours, I think.
And do you want to tell the story of how you got it now, or do you want to save that for later?
Basically, obviously we bought some they'd got a bottle left, one bottle left, and we tried it, and both me and Jimmy went, oh, wants that. We want some of that. And we thought there was going to be a fight over the final bottle. But basically, I went, well, I'll tell you what, I'll have 2 of those. And can I have the tester? Because I had kind of noticed that you'd only just opened the tester.
Yeah.
And so we did a deal, and I got a deal. So I got the tester, basically.
You're responsible for no one else after you being able to try it?
After us, no one else was able to try it. No one else was able to buy it because it had got, not only had they sold out.
Single-handedly ruined the expo.
Yeah, this
Only
was
disposables left for the rest of them.
This was quite late on Saturday, so it was.
Well, it was about 2:30.
Okay.
On Saturday.
It felt late on.
It was for in the pantheon of human experience. There was time dilation going on in Expo, which we'll find out about later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was that. But it was, yes, the musk one. Yeah, I tasted it. I quite liked it. I didn't find it offensive. But yeah, you did a bit of wheeler dealing and got yourself that last bottle of juice.
Yeah, it was different.
Matt's asking why you're vaping aftershave, and Jay presumes it smells or that's floral shit. Like vaping your nan's potpourri.
That's not a million miles off it.
It's not actually. It is a very floral, not herby, because that's not quite the right. It's not herbs, but it is a definite floral taste to it. Yes.
Yeah, it does remind you of the smell of a nan without the faint hint of piss.
Yes. So, and as soon as somebody tells that to you, you can't get that out of your head. Yes, that is what you taste. So yeah, but yeah, I like it. It's different, and I'm gonna have to find somewhere in the UK that is stocking it so I can get some more.
I don't think anywhere is yet, but I think they're looking.
No,
they were
not
looking.
yet.
Hopefully, somebody has sorted something out.
They were there to get a distro.
Yeah,
I know somebody.
Evolution usually has done Bogan stuff in the past, so maybe they'll get some in. We'll see.
Yeah, and I know there was some. There's a Manchester distributor that I saw that has had Grim stuff in and some of Bogan's older lines. So I'll keep an eye on that one, see if anything comes in. So there you go. That was that. I have got my SVB. This came with me to Expo. With my nitrous on the top and some Arctic roll inside, just because.
Cool. Which I now have some off, and I'm going to mix up and try at some point.
I'm a bit worried about that, actually.
Don't worry about me. You'll worry about Jimmy.
And I did make a purchase while I was. I did make a hardware purchase. It was difficult to do, and I may not have made this hardware purchase had there been other things to buy. And the purchase I have made, if my camera will focus, is.
How can it not see that's in the foreground?
I was going to say, how can it not see? There you go.
It's taking up the whole damn screen.
The Steam Crave Pumper. So I have bought one of these crazy things. I've got it on my. I haven't got my stupid drip tip. Have you noticed? I've taken the extra long drip tip off.
Yeah.
Because it just made it look crazy.
Yeah, it just made it look silly. That drip tip made it look silly. It looks fine without it, but with the drip tip, it just looked excessive. It just looked excessive.
So inside that, I have got. This was another purchase that I made.
And they all want to know what it is.
I want to know what it is. Oh, sorry. This. Yeah, my Steam Crave pumper. Basically, I've got my nice squonking. I've got the Pandora, V1 Pandora on top with a squonk pin, and basically there's 12 ml of liquid in there, and when you need to squonk, there is this lovely little button just here, So let's zoom in a bit. There you go. So lovely little button just here, and when you want to squonk, you just go and take a vape.
Yep.
There you go. Clouds for days, and I've got a squonker on a dual regulated mod.
Device.
I actually thought it was going to be a bit of a gimmick, and it was only like 25 quid, and I thought, yeah, sod it, there's bugger all else to buy. Why not? I actually put this in my shopping cart. I mentioned this on the podcast. I put this in my shopping cart a couple of weeks back, and then took it out because my sensible head kicked in and went, I'm basically going to use that, go, yeah, it does the job, and then put it to one side. But actually, 12 mil of liquid, and I've got dual
Put it on
regulated.
A tube, for fuck's sake.
Sorry?
Put it on a tube.
I know, right. Oh god, here comes another story. Yeah, Vapor Clouds were selling tubes. And I thought, 35 quid for a Scepter mech tube. And Andy Corn, who listens to the podcast, had bought one, shown it me, and I'm like, go on then, I'll have one of them. I went there and they'd sold out. They hadn't got any, and they went, okay, no, there's some on the website. So I came back Saturday night, went onto the website, and ordered one. And got an email today going, there's been a slight cock up in our distribution in the warehouse. We actually haven't got any, so we're going to send you a refund.
So not only did Expo not have it, they haven't got it to sell either.
They didn't have it. I ordered it on the website and got an email to say, sorry, we fucked up. We're going to send you your money back. I'm like, oh, bollocks.
Dodge is asking, does it make a sound when you pump it?
It doesn't, actually. That was me. Sorry.
Or no?
Just saying, just in case you didn't realise. No, you just, yeah. But you have to make that sound when you push the button. You can't help it.
Yeah, you do it in normal skunkers as well.
Yeah.
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 No.
And on the box, it actually tells you that each time you push that button, it sends 0.22 mil of e-liquid into the IDA.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they measured 0.02 of a mil to make it 0.22. I would have just said it was
it's a matter of
mil,
it's a matter of equaling the pressure.
Yeah, so literally,
you can
basically,
measure.
And there you go, quarter of a mil, just short, goes into your IDA. And if I do that again, I'm going to have juice everywhere. Cause
you're going to flood it, yeah.
Let's say, Channel, let's say it had the same height of the tube inside that it goes in through. But if you had a wider one, which meant that you could have a longer pole to slide, and that would mean you would put more pressure into it, therefore pushing more up.
It is actually crazy how well this works. I know it looks absolutely stupid, but the way it works is...
I mean, you are getting closer and closer every day to creating a lightsaber mod, a lightsaber setup. You are getting closer every day. To it.
I do now need either a black, preferably a black, or a gunmetal.
30 mil mech tube.
30 mil, yeah, 30 mil mech, because it is a 30 mil thing. That's the only problem. 30. I have now got juice everywhere.
I love that. That's the only problem.
The only problem with it is the fact that it's 30 mil.
mils.
Yeah. Not the fact that it looks absolutely stupid, and if you push the button too many times to demonstrate on a vape show, you end up with vape liquid everywhere.
We ended up with, yeah. So congratulations to everybody who was asking Jana to show them how it worked, because you got your wish.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's
show
what
us
you
again. I
trying
didn't catch it.
I've basically got sticky stuff all over my fingers. So usual state of affairs.
Matt saying there's a 30mm Mac in black for sale on Mac Addiction.
On Mac Addiction. right on the YouTube. Right, talk amongst yourselves. I'm doing a little bit of Google thing.
Okay. Well, what if you're done? Why don't you hand it over to Martin so he can talk while you
Am I
Google?
done? Yeah. What juice did I have in there? Oh yeah, no. I've got this, which is some Hex Passions, which Jimmy said try some of this, and it is a pear and elderflower ice. So it's an iced liquid. We did try a couple of these before. There was, what was it, an orange and mango ice or something?
Yeah, the orange and mango ice. I think that's what basically blew my taste buds out.
God, it was so much cooler in it, wasn't it? And it was like,
yeah.
And we tried that one, and I think in comparison, there wasn't as much in this one. I quite liked this one after the orange. Now I've got it in here. I took a big deep drag and went, how much coolant in that?
Okay, so it's same amount of coolant in both. It's just that your taste buds were desensitized to it after the orange one.
Pretty much. I tried the orange one, and my taste buds were like, "That's it. I've had some coolant. It's fine. I can't taste it now." And I've had this one and gone, hey, loads in it. So yeah, there is more coolant in it than I remember there was in the show, but it's not offensive. I don't think I'll be buying any more on it. But I will. But I'll be surprised if I don't use the whole bowl.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've got in here, and yeah, dual coil RD8. I'm on dual coil.
Yeah, dual coil over 50 watts as well.
Yeah, I got 2 coils in there. I'm doing 50. I'm not quite at 60 watts because this came in at 0.19. I'm under 0.2. I am scared.
Wow.
I know. I have got
rowdy.
I have got the fire blanket on standby.
But it's fine because probably the amount of not lag, but someone who knows more than me and Chet will say basically the amount of drop off that's happening between the voltage drop between the mod and the RDA. You're probably actually only vaping at about 45 watts.
Honestly, I'm surprised. I was expecting there to be a noticeable difference because you've got it transferring your 510 from the bottom to the top.
Yeah.
Not noticed much.
That's
anyway,
not bad. That's good. That's good.
Like I say, I'm more impressed with this than I was anyway expecting to be. It just looks absolutely crazy. So Martin, show us your Caliburn and we're done.
Oh, cruel.
What are you vaping on, mate?
I feel less guilty about the picture I've got of you later now.
So tonight I'm vaping on my Team Noct.
It's not good. Okay. All right, sorry, I'll take it back. Very nice.
Thingy. Put a new coil in it on Saturday. And yeah, put some, not new juice, but found an old juice, a Miyako Forest this time.
Cool.
It's not as sweet as I like the apricot, but it'll do. Then, still in Mark's absence, Mark, it won't fire. Vaping on the Datu with the Imperia, and where did it go? It's elderflower and apple.
Ooh.
And then there's the Uel Calmia, a pod channel. It's a pod.
You got a pod?
Yeah, I got a pod. Uel Calmia, and just use Nixals, mango passion fruit, and that's pretty much no Caliburn.
Hey!
So now you've had a while with it. What do you think of the Umia? Because we actually saw those.
This one?
Yeah, we actually saw those. They weren't selling fuck all, but they actually had them there. And I think Chandler may have had a toke on one of them.
It was the square one, the one that's more the size of the mini, the shape of the.
Oh, that's the Depop thing. That's the one Ben likes.
Yeah,
but you did that one as well, Chandler, because that's the one that vibrated.
Yeah, The one that vibrates when you put the.
That's it.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Drop the
That's
pod
it.
in and it goes. Bzzz. I'm like, ooh.
I'm gonna say that is probably gonna be the coolest feature about it. I wouldn't waste my money.
Oh, really? That's it?
If you're comparing to, well, it depends on what you want and so on, but if you're comparing to what you can get this one for and then this one,
Okay.
yes, it's USB-C, so it charges pretty fast. It also dies pretty fast
Right.
because it's
Okay.
only 400. This is 570,
Mm-hmm.
but it just goes quick. And then the stupid thing about making 1.6 milliliter pods. Maybe 0.4 doesn't sound like a lot, but it's taking out 20% of the capacity.
Mm.
Filling it, I know it's on a lot of pods, the little bung thingy,
Yeah.
but you always end up having a little juice around and it gets, whereas the old pods, you fill them from the top, you could stick it all the way down, and
Yeah, and it
just
has the two holes, so it equilibrates, doesn't it? So
yeah. Well, you can hold the bottles into the hole so that air gets out, but small things, unnecessary mess.
Okay, what's the website for that mech thing again?
It's apparently a Facebook group.
Oh, is it a Facebook group?
Yeah.
That's why I can't find the website.
Oi, Paul is here. Evening, Paul. He's over.
Evening. Oh, yes, I
Um,
see him now.
But yeah, so guys, please, you've been to Expo.
We have been, yes. While Chandler finds that group, I'll waffle on for a minute. So yes,
I'm not doing Google foo. Honest.
Chandler and I and the other part of the VVRP trio, Jimmy, all went to Vape Fest and
Vape Expo.
Oh, Vape Expo, sorry. Yeah. So I'm thinking of a more enjoyable time there. Sorry. But went to Vape Expo. So we all met up, got there, and so about 10 o'clock. So we met up about 10. It opened at 10. And then we stood around 5 minutes, chatted for a bit, and did an intro for the podcast. And then after I'd got sunburn, because I've been out in the sun for 5 minutes, and I'm not used to that anymore.
It was about 6 minutes, but
Yeah, we went inside the expo before I turned into a ball of flames.
Yeah.
And got there, and I'd already picked up my ticket because I went the day before for a quick walk around. And if you want to see that video, it's on the VTUK Facebook group and the VVRP Facebook group. So did that, and then but Jimmy and John had to pick up their tickets, and we went there, and I was expecting a queue, and we got there, fucking no queue at all. I have never seen no queue at an expo before in my life, and this was 15 minutes after it opened.
10-15 minutes past 10. It wasn't.
Yeah.
We weren't late.
No. So we got tickets, went in there, and basically, as everybody has probably already heard and has seen, it was basically Disposable Expo. It was disposables as far as the eye could see.
Yeah.
None of the big
stupid sellers, right? Which were just.
There was. So yes, we go straight into the stories on that one. So one person stopped Jimmy to have a talk to try and get him to come over to his tiny little stand and look at his disposables. And Jimmy said something to him, and then his answer was, well, the disposables for a younger generation anyway. And I just had to turn around and walk away because I couldn't stop myself going, well, fuck you then. I just had to stop. I just had to walk away at that point. So yeah, so that young man needs to work on his sales pitch if he wants to get people to look at his stuff.
I've seen it. I've seen the comment various places. So unless it was that guy saying it to everyone, maybe that was his sales tactics and kept on saying that.
Exactly. I would say it was 80. I would say it was 80%. I would say it's 80% disposables.
Yeah.
10% pod systems, or maybe 70-20. Maybe 70% disposables, 20% pod systems, and then
I think probably a bit harsh. I would say maybe 50% was, maybe 50-60% was disposables, and then 30% was juice stands,
Yeah.
and 10% hardware. Am I being generous? 5% hardware.
Well, no, yeah, I would say, yeah, it's like it's pretty, I'd say yes. So if you say 70% pods and disposables, 20% juice, and then 10% hardware. But the biggest thing is hardly anybody was selling anything.
Nope.
90% of the pod people were not selling it. We went to one stall, one stand, and they, a Chinese company, don't know what it was, never seen them before, but they were had all of these these disposable systems out, and I was like, that's interesting. That says 4,000 mAh and 4,000 puffs. That's a
He's
disposable,
like,
and
yeah,
Jimmy,
it's got 12 mil of e-liquid in it.
yeah, and Jimmy was like,
12 mil?
so you're not selling that in the UK? So no, that's not for the UK market.
Not for the
We're
UK
like, what
market.
the fuck are you doing here then?
Oh,
You know, we've got some for the UK market over there. Right, okay, fine. So it was.
Why have you brought it?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Why are you doing that? But yeah, so yes, I mean that was the overall percentage. None of the usual big vendors were there. Aspire only had a small distro section. Aspire were not selling anything there.
It was basically a shelf, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a shelf. No, Wotofo weren't there. Evolution Vaping weren't there. All of the main ones that would be selling stuff. There was one distro place that was selling stuff, and they had a huge display of liquids. And then you had a little back area that had a few bog standard mods in it, starter kits basically.
Vaporesso, Innokin, that sort of thing.
But I will say the one thing I was impressed with is this particular distro section. It was basically like aisles in a supermarket, and they just had bottles of juice out to the elements, and nobody was nicking it.
No.
The usual crowd, and I think it's because it wasn't that busy, so the people couldn't just disappear into the crowd. So maybe people were being a bit more honest. And at one point, Jimmy left his mod behind a stand, didn't realize for 5 minutes, and I went back and it was still sat there. And I'm saying the only reason that was probably there is because it was a dual battery with an RTA on top, and most of the people there probably didn't realize what it was. Because it wasn't
disposable.
What's that?
Yeah, because it wasn't a disposable and you would have to build it. They probably thought, it's more trouble than it's worth, so they didn't nick it.
So is there usually a lot of theft on expos?
There has been in the past. There's videos on the internet you see of people have actually like sort of smashed displays and nicked displays and stuff like that. So it's, I mean, the old rule of Expo is do not put your mod down, because if you put it down for a second, it'll disappear.
Gone.
But again, it may be because it wasn't that busy, so I don't know. But it seemed a bit better like that.
You weren't.
So yeah, so we went there.
When you walk down the aisle, you're doing this, aren't you? You're just going, oh, excuse me, sorry, yeah, right. What? No, you just managed to just walk in a straight line. You didn't have to worry about getting in anyone's way because they could see you coming.
There was one thing I noticed, Dave, you when we were writing on Friday, that you said it was as if most of the stalls were bigger than what was inside the stalls.
Yeah, basically, there's a lot. It looked a lot like people may have said to them, "I'll have a smaller stall," and they just gave them a bigger stall, because a lot of the stalls were basically this huge area, and then the little display cases that they give them at expos and stuff like that. Loads of them had this huge area, and they just had one little display case in the middle of it. Kangatech was Kangatech. If you look on the plan, Kangatech had a huge stand. There were no Kangatech employees on there.
Nope.
It was dotted around the outside with about 4 of these display cases. Each one had about 3 items in it, and it was basically like an exhibit showing the history of vaping.
It was like a
So they had like a CE4 in there, they had a thing in there, and then they had a pod system. And that was it, like repeated 4 times. And it was a e-liquid company that was just sat in there in some chairs, handing out vouchers to people to say you can get 20% off our website. That was the Kangatech to stand.
And there was
it.
disposables.
Yeah, but there was nothing on sale. And
in Kangaroo disposables.
Yeah, exactly. But it was the whole thing was it was a trade show. It moved completely towards a trade. It moved further towards a trade show, which I could understand, But again, it's one of those things where they might have to rebrand if they're going to go that road. I think October will be the real test to see if the old companies come back, like Evolution, etc. If they do, then it'll probably be just as big as it used to be. If they don't,
think of
it'll be a trade stand. It'll be a trade show going forward.
Thinking of Expo in the past, there were big juice stands, so we always used to take the mick, but Dinner Lady weren't there.
No.
Riot Squad weren't there.
No.
There was Zeus Juice was.
Yes. Zeus Juice had quite a big area.
Yeah. And I'm there going, oh, brilliant, no disposables. Guess what they had in a case on the end? Zeus Juice disposables.
Zeus Juice are coming out with their own line of disposables. So I was like, right, fantastic.
Nasty Juice. Went to the Nasty Juice stand, didn't we? Guess what they had on the in a cabinet on the end of the stall? Oh, for fuck's sake!
Bringing out their disposables. But there was stuff there. There was very little hardware being. So, like I said, the big companies weren't there, so they weren't there to sell. We went to one stand. I'll say it was strapped, and the poor bloke they had on there, he had so much juice, so many 10 fill boxes of 10 mil Nick salt juice there. And he'd obviously, like, the manager was there and had just gone off and just told him what the line was. And they were doing 5 bottles for 20 quid or £5 per bottle. And that was it. There was no special offers. There was no deals going on. Everywhere you want, it basically was like, it was their retail prices they were charging for everything. There was none of the usual Expo thing of, we're here, we will knock out. All of these places, I don't know, because hardly anyone was giving out stuff. I didn't get given one disposable. I was expecting them to be just every stand you go past, them hand you one, because they want you to try it, because they want you to take interest in it. But again, not the market, stuff like that. There was half the stalls were selling nothing. You go up to it and going, are you selling today? No, nothing to sell.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, obviously the usual juice stands, all the juice stands you could buy liquid from. Again, most of the ones I don't think were doing deals really. It was pretty much retail prices.
That's even weirder.
Yeah, exactly. It was there. I mean, we wound up being there. I couldn't believe we were in there as long as we were. But we were walking around, we were talking to a lot of people, and we were trying a lot of juice and stuff like that. Did a couple of interviews, but that was it. But actually, for an event, and then, so the next fun. Which store should go with next? I'll go with the.
Okay. At
one point, we were stood. Jimmy was talking to the Fantasy?
Yeah.
Fantasy stand.
Yeah.
He was talking to them, and one of the young girls, young ladies from the booth, came over to me and Chandler and said, "Are you two twins?"
Yeah.
And I can see, when you look at the screen now, you can kind of see why she would ask that. But I thought, oh, that's just her like doing an icebreaker to try and get us to go over and try the juice. And then she said it again, and we're like, no. And the thing is, because we've been talking so much together on the podcast and stuff, we both answered at the same time. So I think that just cemented it in her head
at the same
that
time.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
So it did that, and then she asked again, and we're like, no. And I looked in her eyes, and I realised she's not joking; she's actually serious. Fair enough. God bless you, my child. But it was like, nah, sorry, we're not. But you still
that comment makes you sound old. So you could actually be Chandler's twin.
Oh no, I am.
Yeah.
I have recently. I have gone through the transition now, where people, when I hold the door open for them in the flat store, instead of saying thanks, mate, they say thank you, sir. So I know I'm in that transition stage now of going towards the. Well, I'm already at the grey years, but you know what I mean. So I've accepted that. I'm taking that there. So yes, had that one. Charlotte, do you want to tell them about the
Can
wheel?
I intervene with a question which Mr. Intent just reminded me? I totally forgot to ask you. Did you go to ICOS and did you tell them to fuck off?
Well, at one point, we were walking along and Chandler was like, I'm fed up of seeing disposable. I want to see something that isn't disposable.
I want to see a stall that
I want
hasn't
to see a stall that hasn't got disposables. And I said, Sean, don't worry. Coming up shortly, there'll be a stall for you. And when we got there, I pointed towards the ICOS stall. And he did tell me to fuck off.
I did.
But we didn't go anywhere near the ICOS stall because it was just, no, they didn't need to be there.
We walked past it 2 or 3 times. And every time we walked past, the chap who was on it was there, sat in the middle on his phone. I was like, ha, ha. There was another stall, just two stalls down, that was doing heat not burn. They were as much as busy as the ICOS stall was. But
ICOS was apparently giving away free coffee.
Were they? We didn't loiter long enough to find that out.
No. Well, that's the only thing they could do because nobody could fucking test their products there because it's illegal to use them indoors. So yeah, they had to find some way to get people to go to their stand, and obviously their market's probably been hit with everything going on with Russia at the minute. But Mick actually just said it, and I say, he says from what I've heard about it, I think I made the right decision not to go. So, Mick, you made absolutely the right decision not to go. Even on the social side, there weren't as many people there as there normally would be. And the best part, after in the expo, we're going to go back to expo, but after we'd been around, the usual thing is you go to Wetherspoons, meet up with people and have a drink.
Yeah.
We got to the Wetherspoons 3:00. All the people that had been there had kind of gone back into the show because we'd been around the show for longer than anybody else in human history had been. So we sat down with our drink, and then one of the people we were with got up, goes, I'm going to go get another drink. Went in there, tried to order a drink. Oh no, we're quite quiet, so we've closed.
It's like,
so the weather's been shut at 3:30.
You know what?
Yeah, that shows you how empty it was. But yeah, Chandler, do you want to do? You can do both of the spin to win stories if you want, but I'm not sure if one of your videos you have is of one of them, so you can save that if it is.
Ooh,
well, no, so you can save that for later if you want.
No, hang on. Let me add I'm going to see if I can add it in to here. I forgot to add it in. Add a media source.
You can save that for later if you want. Do you want me to do the other one while you're doing that? Or?
Yeah, go on.
So basically, one of the stands, can't name it, it was a juice company, were giving out, they got the laminator out and they had pieces of card they'd laminate and giving them out to people and saying, do that, you can have a spin on the wheel and guaranteed win and see what you win. So they gave us cards and we were like, oh, okay, we'll go to there later. And in the end, Jimmy got a card as well. So we were right, we'll go and queue up. Jimmy was saying he didn't want to queue up, but I don't think any of us wanted to queue up, but we wound up just queuing up to just have a spin on this wheel. It was the only queue in Expo, was the queue for this free spin to try and win some free shit. So we go on there. Jimmy walks up first spin, takes a spin, hits the jackpot. So he didn't want to take part in it, takes a spin, and he won the jackpot. We got like a shit ton of juice, a mod. Was it a panda mod or something like that? Or an RDA or something like that.
Don't know what it was.
Yeah, it was panda something in a box, and a load of juice and a t-shirt and all this, that, and the other. It was fine. And then, so he was quite happy because he was like, I wasn't going to even bother going that, and I got the jackpot. And then we went on there, and I won a bottle of juice. But on this thing, that stand, and Chandler, what did you win on that stand? Is it a bottle of juice as well?
No, I got a bottle of.
It was the sample
sets,
packs, wasn't it?
Wait, didn't you win a cap?
I did. That was something else.
That was the other one, which I've got a funny feeling I know which fucking video he's going to show. But yeah, so we did that, and yeah, so that was it. But the funny thing is this particular stand was selling like a selection box, like a mystery box thing for 30 quid. And when you look down it, there was a little disclaimer at the bottom of the thing that's saying some of the juice in this may be near to or past its expiry date. That sums
was
up
very
Expo
sweet.
for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
In other words, we're
Yeah.
giving you free shit, but we're about to bin it anyway. So
But, yeah, Matt was just says Vupu Panda, quite possibly. Matt,
Yeah, I
I'll
think it
do a
was.
Google later and have a
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
You might quite possibly
Do-
be right.
do I try this and see if this is going to play the video or not? I don't know whether it is.
You can try if you want. Do you want to
Should
at
we
least
try it?
start the story? Do you want to start the story first, or
Well,
just
yeah,
do
yeah.
the
We went to
video?
we went. There was another stall that was doing. There was only 2 or 3 that these wheels of fortune were everywhere at Expo. There was only like 2 or 3. So we went to this other one, and Jimmy got dragged by the lady round to do it. So he did it. What did Jimmy win?
A magnet.
Oh, Jimmy won a magnet.
Jimmy won a magnet.
Yeah, he won a magnet. So I then had to go, spun the wheel, and I won a hat. And Dave went, right, what's the betting? I'm going to get better luck this time. And
Yeah,
on that
better luck
note,
next time, because there was one thing where you spun it and you wouldn't win, and then I went on it, and if the video plays, we'll see.
Go for it! What? Dave, you did say that's what you were going to get.
Okay, but basically,
Oh, sorry.
I rocked up, said, "What are the odds on me getting the better luck next time?" Span it. This wheel, by the way, was shit because it span about 2 centimeters every time somebody spun it. It was like you'd spin it and you go, "Look, that's it." So I walked up, took my spin. Better luck next time. Yeah, that's how my luck's going at the moment. I knew that's what was going to happen. But yeah, so I just did that, and that was just like, yeah, thanks for that.
Did,
We'll
and I got it
wander
on
off now.
video, so I'll share that video in the group. Because I can't work out how to share it on here for whatever reason.
But yeah, but like I said, they had the stuff there. You had Vapor Cloud was there. They actually took over Vupu stand for them because Vupu couldn't attend at the last minute, and then Vupu actually got a few things sent over so they could at least have them on display. But again, you couldn't buy any of it. They had some of their own things they were selling, but not a lot. They had a new range of juice that Jimmy quite liked. I think Jimmy picked up some of that. So yes, they're coming out with their own juice line. But yeah, like I said, and then you had the obviously same as it always is at Expo. They had what they call the Modders Corner, which was basically 4 people doing their own coils, and that was it. That's where the coil sellers were.
But to be honest, even before we're going back before COVID with previous Vape Jam and Vapor Expo and so on,
they've never shown
gallery
any
as we know from France and from Stuttgart.
Yeah, no,
it's
never been the same. No. It's never ever been the same. No. But like I said, because there were no American companies there, there was none of the mechs and tubes and stuff that you will see, all the beautiful tubes and everything that you normally see there. Yeah. None of it. Nothing at all.
It makes sense because for them to travel that distance, they need a purpose in terms of selling or reselling, and it's just not there.
I mean, exactly. Vapor Clouds was there. They'd got quite a big stand, but they were supposed to be sharing it with Watofo. But they were almost. Was it?
Yeah,
it was Watofo,
right.
Wasn't it? Who did because they're the one that does that auto pumper squonker.
Is it all right?
Is it Watofo?
As James is saying, they tried one. I think it was 2018 or was it early 2019 where they had tried to have a models gallery but failed miserably. But
yeah, there was only a couple of actual modders there. It wasn't much. It wasn't much at all.
Steam Crave were there, but they were in basically one of the smallest booths you could get. It was just a standard small booth. And
I did see that Stu posted a letter he had written to the expo outlining.
Did he?
That he, as a modder, would love to participate if there was an option like they do in France and in Germany, where you have a modders gallery where it's inexpensive because these custom making modders, they don't have the same banking
as
the big companies, and that for a fair little price, and that I think that's definitely what has turned both France and Paris and Stuttgart into successes, because they attract people.
Mm.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
they're not the
Yeah,
ones to, of course, Frank and Skull and stuff like that, but they attract the people to come see something special, something you can't just go and see on a website that just is random and redundant. You come and see some of those models that, even just to hold them, this is $800. Yeah, I'm never gonna buy it, but just holding it, seeing it in real life, and so on. The
Yeah.
experience with that's what they've succeeded with, that none of the others have. Not even
Yeah.
in Spain, Italy, no.
No.
So
And
that's actually you invest in that by giving those models like 50 quid, maybe even 20 quid,
Yeah.
whatever. Because you get people in, and then you sell more tickets, and then you sell more beer, and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you have a football stadium and you have 10% tickets you can't sell, you give them out for free, because then the people come in and they buy beer and they buy pies and hot dogs and whatnot.
Exactly, and like I said, there's a certain amount of people, if they know a certain mod is there, they would turn up.
Yeah.
And go there just for that, and they'd probably end up, they're the sort of people that have got the money to spend, and they'd probably end up spending money on other stuff as well. There was a couple of things. So Gareth said, did you try the Anakin water liquid pod? It was like vaping, just flavor concentrate. We didn't get to try that because we could never actually find where it was, but lots of people we spoke to had tried it and said it wasn't too bad actually.
Liquid.
But yeah, so it's the new, so it's basically the new Anakin thing. It's from Phil Posado and Dimitri are doing it, and it's a new range, a new thing.
You said the wrong word. Phil Basardo.
No, exactly. Yeah, I knew that would be that. Yeah. But like I said, the anecdotal evidence from Expo is there's so much money that got left on the table from people that wanted to buy stuff. So many people, everybody we spoke to, they were like, I've got a wad of cash in my pocket that I want to spend, and there's nothing to spend it on. Mm-hmm. Like Ian said, the Steam Crave area was the busiest area of the whole show.
It was a tiny. It was one, like I said, it was one of the smallest stalls you could get, but there was people crowded around it because you could buy stuff.
Yeah, because you buy stuff, and it's the more hobbyist side of stuff. I mean, look at it. Look, I mean, Chandler even bought that pump, for God's sake.
Yeah.
So it's. There was money on the table to be had, and like I said, I understand why lots of companies didn't go, because like I said, whether we want to admit it or not, we still are in a global pandemic, even though in the UK we've kind of put it to the side. But yeah, it's people can't travel as much as they did do at the moment, and there's problems and stuff like that, and fucking air travel's gone up this shitter as well this week. So I can understand why companies didn't come in. I'm hoping that is a glitch, and in October more people go. But I mean, if you don't see the big names on the list for next year, people just aren't going to bother turning up to it. It'll just be a trade thing, and then it'll turn into what Jam was, where they just end up having one day as a trade show, and that's it. It won't be a 3-day thing anymore. I think also
maybe let's say some of the Asians, and maybe at least some of the Americans, if they're going to say which one are we going to aim for and go for this year, they're all going to try and go for Stuttgart because of the size that it has and the reputation and yada yada yada. Is UK the biggest market per capita? Definitely, but that also means that it's the market that pushes the prices down the most. And you have the distros you would be talking to saying, well, I would like to get them, but no, I can't buy it for that and that because I'll have to sell it for that and that to compete. And that also has like a ripple effect, that the market is so big that it pushes down the prices on everything. And weirdly enough, with the disposables coming in that are then actually much more expensive than if you, bad example, but good example, you get a Caliburn and some juice, you have a it's much better financial way of looking at it than disposables, but they're just easy. So that's the weird one that turns it the other way, actually making it more expensive. But
it's crazy. They were selling. I mean, they weren't selling, but they'd got, basically you could buy disposables in boxes of 10, boxes of 20. Like you could buy boxes of cigarettes in 10s or 20s.
I mean, they basically had the display boxes that you would see in the shop. They just had them there.
And they
out.
are designed for you to sell to customers in a box of. This is the equivalent of a sleeve of 200 cigarettes. Um,
When is the second one going to be in October? Because
yeah.
but when in October? Because I just looked up the Paris one, and that's actually scheduled for 22nd and 23rd of October. So is that then also going to clash? And maybe it's going to be an advantage because those from America and so on, they can maybe do 2 in a row.
Yeah, possibly. I think it's going to be about that time. It is on their website, but I'll leave Chandler to do the Googling.
Vapor Expo. I am doing the.
I knew you were. It's that twin. It's the twin telepathy.
October 2020. Oh, I've now got a spin to win thing. Get out of the way. No. 7th to the 9th of October. So it's at the beginning of October.
Yeah. So again, that's
it's
probably
usually
not
towards the end. So it's a bit earlier than normal.
Yeah. So that won't be good for companies coming over and trying to do both because you've got basically a whole month in between the two.
Is that the same day as France? No.
No. It's that's the beginning of the month. France is the end.
Okay.
Oh, so there's more than 5 days between them.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. So yes, that could hold off for doing that. But I said, but it's with all these things, it's about the people, it's the socializing thing. And I was able to see Jimmy and Chandler for the first time since I've been doing the podcast. So that was great. There's a few other people I got to see that I had a couple of people I hadn't met before and a few people I hadn't seen for years. So it was good to catch up with them. But towards the end of the day, I hate to use the right on term, but my class says my social battery had run out and I just had enough of dealing with human beings by that point. So I was flagging a bit towards the end of the day, but that's understandable because that's the most talking I've done to people since.
Andrew is asking if
2020.
With pods, do we think that the price will be the same out of pocket as cigarettes per day? I think you've got a long way to go there. If that depends, if you're thinking disposables, then they could quickly end that way.
You're looking at about up to between the disposables were anywhere between a £5 and £10.
Let's just say 5 on average. That's £10. That's almost the price of cigarettes in the UK. They're like 12, 14.
The disposable is supposed to be the equivalent of a packet of cigarettes. So a £5 is kind of half the price of a packet of cigarettes.
Yeah,
there's going to be people that let's say the average the legal disposables. You're going to go through more than one of them a day.
Yeah, I mean, if you're chugging on them non-stop, then you will be. But if you're like I said, because the world's changed now, so most people are working from home. So if you are at home, you're going to be chugging all day. You're going to get through it. But if you're still working in an office or in retail, and all you get is your cigarette breaks, you'll probably get through one of those a day, the same as you would a pack of cigarettes. I would say it's possibly comparable, but certainly wouldn't be for me because I'd get through one of them in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Dave, you've prepared a little something from the expo for us to play with, right?
If we go on to Chandler, are you able to do the vape sale bin?
I am, if I can set that up to number 1.
Now, just if there are new viewers here that haven't tried this before, we have our version of Shag, Marry, Kill vape sale bin. Imagine you're being given the item showed for free in hand, and you can choose what you do with it as the first thing. Either you vape it, you sell it for whatever you want, or you put it in the mother effing bin. So those on Twitch, your votes will be counted automatically. Wait until the vote is up on the screen for you to vote. YouTube, we're gonna do the old manual math thing and count your votes manually. And Matt, don't try and vote both places.
Twice.
We'll
he's going to. You know he's going to.
Yeah.
I mean, bloody hell.
Go on. If you can get away with it, do it. Whatever. It's not going to matter for a lot of these anyway, because so this is a Vapor Expo special. Yeah. I managed to find 6 things that I saw at Expo to include in a vape sale bin. Now, a couple of them are a bit tenuous, possibly, and not all of them are new, but it isn't a new thing. It's just that. So these are 6 things I saw at Expo and you can decide what you want to do with them.
Yeah.
One of them, I would wait to hear the prices on all of them because there's one of them.
Oh, did
that
they
might
have
be
the
worth
dot
the
bling?
wait.
The dot bling, the tube.
The dot bling. No, they didn't have that. No, that's another thing. Vape Club were one of the big sponsors of the event. Vape Club didn't even have a fucking stand.
No, they didn't.
But yeah, it's just that. So yeah. So
Bear with me. I'm doing something.
that's fine. So Chandler is just setting up. So yeah. So like I said, it's 6 things I saw at Expo. Yeah. And that's basically it's
Beer, lager, soda.
It is a vaping smorgasbord. I would say it's not all hardware because again there was fuck all hardware to be seen or to be had. The Aspire vendor area, they've got the reel that I've said about before that I quite like the look of.
Yeah,
they had one reel there sitting in the back of the thing. I'm assuming it was a pre-production model. That's what it was. And I went up there on the Friday and they wouldn't even look me in the eye for me to say, can I have a look at it? So I just walked away.
Okay. All right, you
Taking
ready?
my money elsewhere.
Yeah, which I have done, which you'll find out about in a minute. But yes, so yeah, it's ready when you are, Chandler. Give it a go. And then when it comes up on my screen on the feed, I will talk about it.
Here it is. 6
There you go.
things that David bought on Expo.
So number one is the Steam Crave Pumper. You've heard Chandler rave about it earlier on today. Like I said, it was at Expo. I've put it in there because of that. Chandler bought it at Expo. It's the one piece of hardware that any of us bought at Expo.
Yeah.
So it's the Steam Crave Pumper. It's 30 mil size, 12 mil capacity. As Chandler said, you press the little button on the side, it squonks up to your RDA and gives you juice so you can use it on a normal regulated mod or a tube mech, whatever you want to.
Yeah.
The grand price of £25. So it is quite cheap and cheerful. So and just remember,
and find it slightly cheaper at other places.
And just remember that I'm sure Martin said it, but my brain was thinking of other things at the time. So the rule is you're being given this. You're not buying it, anything like that. You're being given this for free, and you can do whatever you want with it.
That's the first thing. If you're gonna vape it and then sell it or throw it in the bin, then you vote vape.
You vote vape.
First thing you do with it.
Yeah. Yeah. So how are we doing in the chat? So we're going. It's like 22% vape, 22% sale, 55% bin.
Oh, how are we doing in YouTube?
YouTube, we have
2 bins. No, only 1 bin, Matt. We see you.
Yeah.
And we know you're going to do it.
We know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Don't believe Matt's been in it. You need to try it, actually. I mean, I need to get a mech tube for this.
Dale, Chandler says it works very well. And if you want to use it, I think it's a nice idea for not needing to have a squonker. You can use your favorite mod, 4 battery mod, 2 battery, whatever mod, and then actually, would it work on tubes being mechanical?
Yes, because it is designed to be used on hybrid tube. Because
and as you see in really the picture, it has a good protruding pin on it.
Yes.
So.
Okay. We got another vape on YouTube from Mike Haynes.
Do we call that a draw?
No, because we also have a bin on YouTube, so they pretty much equal. And another bin from Simon.
Another vape there. So
I think you can close this as a bin, unfortunately.
So yeah, close it as a bin.
Oh man.
Sorry, Chandler. You gave it a valiant sales pitch.
I did.
You gave it a valiant sales pitch.
And to be fair, I'll come back to it in a week or two. I've had it for all of 2-3 days.
2-3 days.
Yeah. So I need a bit more of a.
Josh, you can't vote for. You can go in the bin. So what's next?
So next one. Hang on. So I need to do the thing. So the next one, let me bring the picture up. Wait for the poll to appear before you vote. But the next one is.
I think I'm running behind now because I think
Yeah, it's there.
Zoom just decided to freeze up on me for a second there. Are they in order? Is it number 2?
Yeah, should be number 2.
So it's number 2. So this should be, and so yes, it is. It's the Shure RTA. Now the Shure RTA, it's designed as a mouth-to-lung RTA primarily, but it can go from 0.8 mil to 4 mil airflow, 22 mil. You get 7 airpins with it. By BP mods, 7 airpins with it.
Okay.
It's dinky. It looks lovely in my opinion. I will say this now. I have ordered one of these today because I like the look of it so much. Again, this was something that if they'd had this for sale at the show, I'd have just handed over my money there and then.
Yeah.
Just done it. But yeah, so I actually, because the only place that has them was for Vapor Bay, and they had some DLC versions left, not the stainless steel or not the silver, stainless steel silver. So I have ordered myself a DLC one, and that will be coming shortly. But yeah, that's it. It comes with a bell cap, comes with another tank as well, which is basically silver with a little frosted perspex at the bottom, so you can see when you need to refill.
Extra, is it, or does that come with it?
Yeah, but it says when you get that, you get an accessory pack or something with it, which I think has got that in it possibly. But I do know that, if I may be incorrect in that, but there are accessories you can buy for it. So you can buy a 6 mil tank, I believe.
This doesn't matter because this is what you're being given and this is what you roll on. Fuck what you can get.
Okay. Right. So basically just this itself. So it's 2 mil capacity. Yeah, that's me told. So but once you've got it, if you can accessorize it, it may help you decide to vape it or not. But hey.
We got
whatever.
Spins on YouTube and one vape. So that means that vape is currently in the lead with just 7 versus 6.
And I haven't told you the price yet.
Have you not?
It's £40 to £45, so it's not going to break the bank. And when you look at it, it looks like it should cost more than 45 quid. Oh, sorry, to me personally, it looks like it should cost more than 45 quid.
Ben is going to sell it for 5 quid.
But yeah, so it's 40 quid for the stainless steel version and 45 for the DLC version.
I think you can close it, channel. We got 4 bins and 2 vapes. So that
is, if I click on the right window, that is a vape.
Yes.
Barely though.
It was close, but it come out of a vape.
So let me set up the poll for the next one.
So at this point, I had to start thinking outside the box, and scramble for things because I'm running low on hardware and stuff like that. So when the next one comes up, you will see what it is. No, don't panic, Chandra. No rush.
Dink.
So basically, it is, and this is the one to hold on what you think about with the price. It is the juice that I am vaping now, and it is the Rebel Cross Bogan mashup of juices. There's a range of 3 of them. So in this scenario, you are going to be given all 3 juices to try. So it comes. So there's a melon passion fruit, there's a black currant, and then the plum tobacco, which is what I'm vaping on. They were selling them at Expo for £15 each, or 2 for £25.
Bit on the steep side.
So yeah, a bit on the steep side. So all 3 of them together, if you didn't have that discount,
bit on the steep side. Oh boy, you're spoiled in the UK.
It would come to £45 for 300 ml of juice, which when you think about it isn't too bad. But yeah, so that's it. That's the reason I picked it, is because it was there. They were selling it there. It's a new juice. Again, I don't know if they have got a distro in the UK yet. It's certainly not available to buy in the UK at the moment. But yeah, so I have to think on that. Like I said, I tried all 3. Like I said, the plum tobacco is quite nice. I'm not a tobacco vapor by any stretch of the imagination, but I quite like it. It's quite a subtle tobacco, and it's the plum. Can't really tell it's plum, but there's sweetness there. There's fruity sweetness there, which just mellows it off a bit. The mango passion fruit for me was a little bit.
Watermelon passion fruit.
Watermelon.
Was it watermelon
Yeah,
passion fruit?
because I've got the
Yeah.
I got the plum tobacco and the watermelon to go along with my musk.
With the Rebel, yeah. So Charlie, will tell you a bit on that one, but for me, it was a little bit too much for me. It was a bit of an overwhelming sense. The currant, I said to Jimmy that the currant was quite a good currant, and he was like, "Yeah, it's all right." Now he knows more about flavors than I do. I know fuck all about flavors, so you just gauge it by that. But yeah, so that's those ones there.
You know enough that you know what you.
I know
like.
enough to be dangerous. Yeah.
No, I mean, when it comes to flavors, it's kind of, well, what do you don't need to know the intricacies of what goes in and what and is it a high end juice or is it not? Do you bloody like it?
I don't think it matters in terms of if it's high end juice or the price. I think I think that's the important thing of this game is, and with juice, I can't believe how anyone would actually bin it because we've all tried so many juices that we know it can be hit and miss. That can also mean that something maybe we didn't think was a hit is actually a hit. So when you're being given them, I'm even vaping it, and I've been a lot of stuff. So I would even just try them because I'm being given them for free.
To be honest with you, if you're in the UK and you were given all three of these for free, you should be saying sell it because you could flip it because nobody can buy it in the UK now. And if people didn't go to Expo, they're not going to have it. So if you pick bin, you're throwing money away in the UK.
We've got 3 vapes and a bin from YouTube.
The 3 vapes have been. Oh, is that a tie?
Dale's just put in a vape, so I think we can actually close it on a vape. Actually,
let's quick. I'm on the wrong bloody page. There you go. Finish the poll. It's saying bin, but we're calling it a vape.
It's a vape.
Yeah,
because we're including the YouTube. It's a vape.
Yeah, according to the rules, that's a vape. So yeah,
yes, let's get rid of that. Marvelous.
So next up is something I don't know a lot of information about. It's a thing that was being shown at the show. I don't believe it was for sale. It's an RDA. It is the Ripsaw RDA, which is a new collab between the Bearded Viking and Suicide Mods. It's a dual coil RDA. It's bottom, even though the airflow thing is at the top, it says it's bottom airflow, so the airflow must go down the sides of the top cap and then go and hit your coils. It is 28 mil.
Damn it!
It's 28. It's 28 mil.
Damn it!
It's there. But yeah, so that's the thing. It's just the thing I said. I think I briefly saw the inside of one go past me when we were standing around the Steamgrave area.
Where's the airflow going then?
So, like I said, I think it must be going into the top cap and down the sides of the top cap, and there must be holes at the bottom of the top cap that go in and hit the. So the top cap must be have a smaller tube inside it, so like the airflow can go down and hit there. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what it is because I can't see how. Yeah, how that would be bottom. No, I'm assuming. I don't know what that. Yeah, I'm assuming that because it can't be because of where the. Yeah, because the air hole can't come there because obviously where the coil is going to be, and also because it's weird because there's 4 posts, but obviously if you're going to put 2 coils in it, you're going to have to snip the coils first before you put it in, or you're just going to have to open up all 4, shove your coils in, and then close all 4 at the same time. The more you say,
the more we're going from putting it in the bin and launching it in the bin.
Yes, yeah, I know. I said it's not my thing. It's £48, so it's not going to break the bank. But yeah, like I said, that's literally all I know about it. Like I said, it's not my thing. It's a big dual coil for your beefy core stuff like that. I don't vape like that, so it's not for me.
Mike Haynes bought one.
Yeah, that's cool. But like I said, it's not offensive. And
so we've got
like
3 cells and 2 vapes from YouTube.
Cool.
So that's currently making it a vape.
It is. It is at a vape.
Mhm.
Cool.
That might. Do you think you'd get away with 28 mil on top of my thing? It's a bit small.
Well, probably. What have you got on there at the minute?
25, 24,
Well-
I think. Actually, to be fair.
Well, yeah, you'd be 28 on that. Would look fine then, wouldn't it? Especially if it's. What about if it 24 black with a beauty ring?
Black one. Ooh. Oh,
Black
yeah.
one because they do it in black. Black one with a beauty ring.
They do.
Yeah, if you know anywhere that does a black 28 30 mil beauty ring.
Well, there used to be Ryan. He could do anything you wanted, but
Well,
you could always ask Stu. He does rings as well, so why not?
Yeah. Or just use the lid off a pack of Pringles.
That'd do.
I think we
So,
can safely close it on vape. Actually,
is it a vape from YouTube? Oh,
yeah, we got 3 vapes over there and 2 cells. So
Yeah, that
So,
brings
yeah,
it just over.
that-
Sneaks that over into a vape.
So that brings it
I
into
like
vape.
having
There you go.
YouTube to help us out here. It's all good, all good. So
So next up, we should have one of my favorite pictures from the expo.
oh no,
as Matt says, just get an ASCAR 30 mil.
and it's the
So next up, we have the UL Callabone AK2. So
Oh, I thought we were
this-
pinning Chandler.
No, so
Thank you.
basically, it isn't an option to bin Chandler, unfortunately, that, and you don't get Chandler free with it. You just get the AK2
So
pod
for
system.
those that know how UL does it, they always does an elongated pod, and then they do a square one, which is basically the same size, just taking half and putting it there, usually without a button. So this is the square one of the A2. So it uses like
It
closed
uses
pods.
the A2
not
pods.
coils. Yeah.
So basically, this picture is seconds after Chandler has taken his first ever hit from a Caliburn.
yeah.
So this is a picture after Chandler lost his Caliburn virginity.
So
basically,
seconds after it.
what happened with that was I tried it and it was on mouth to lung, and I tried it and I'm like, it's a bit loose for a mouth to lung. And Dave went, you take the pod out, turn it round, and drop it back in. And I went, oh okay. So I did, turned it out, picked it up, turned it around, dropped it in, and I got a direct lung hit off it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It was a
And that-
proper direct lung hit off it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
That is-
This is really good.
Yeah, that is his confused expression,
Yeah.
having just taken a lung hit from a
It
little
was-
tiny little pod system.
It was too
It's
loose
a-
for me as a mouth to lung, but the
Yeah.
direct lung, when you twisted it round, was like, that's spot on.
Yeah. If prices are the thing, it's £18 for this little dinky thing that's in
Bargain.
You
Chandler's
just
hand.
put in a number
Bargain.
4 option.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
No one's voted for it.
Somebody vote for. Well, don't put a minute.
Hang on a minute.
I'll vote on YouTube then. So we have one vape, no, 2 vapes and 2 pins. So that's still putting vape firmly in the lead. I'm gonna say you can't go wrong with something from Yule. Since the Crown 3,
Yeah.
they've always done stuff that is at least on par or many times above. They had some hiccups along the way with so many different devices and ATIs and shit, but yeah, and coil durability compared to also a flavor.
Yeah,
is I mean best coils in my opinion.
Yeah, that's it. But for me, the Caliburn just isn't tight enough, unfortunately. So
No, I'm gonna say having the A1, which is same principle. No, not also because they only do is it 0.9 mesh or something, and I like the point or the 1.2
Okay.
Canthal. So I think you can safely close this
I
at
think we can close that at a vape.
yeah. And you got a hug also.
I
Oh,
got
that
a
was
hug.
you.
I
That was
got,
you,
it was
Dave.
off Dave, but you know.
So I gave you a real hug at the weekend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I thought I'd give you a virtual one as well.
Mick voted 1.75. what that means.
1.75. Oh.
So you'd vape it then sell it? Don't know, Mick. You have to explain that one to me later.
Is that the last
Right.
one? Dave, was that the last one?
Nope.
No, there's one more.
One
Now this is
final one.
the wild card.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
no.
at Expo,
It's the one you bought?
No, unfortunately, this one isn't for sale. So at Expo, just after we got there was a stand that had this thing there. And basically, I'm sure there've been places before, and I'm sure there'll be people in chat that actually know what this thing is. But basically, it was constantly pushing vapor through it. So you see that you've got the steel ball there, and inside there is, in the middle is the slit. So there was constantly vapor circulating inside there. And you just took a straw, put it in, took a toke, and you could get the flavor of the e-liquid.
Yeah.
And this is this. I'm assuming this, like I said, I think this was around before COVID, but obviously now with COVID, something like that would actually work for doing it because it's almost socially distancing juice tasting, and you could actually taste the juice. This one was a chocolate, and you could actually taste the chocolate. I have no idea how much. Yeah, exactly.
That's got to be worth a fortune.
Yeah.
I believe that's what it would be. Like I said, I don't know how much it would cost. I don't know what it's called or anything like that. But when I saw it, I did think I would actually quite like to have one of those in my flat. So I think
just could you imagine that just at the side of the sofa, and you've just got a straw.
Just
all
to have.
You'd actually need is a little like a shisha pipe coming out of it.
Could you imagine that for what are you vaping on? Oh, tonight
I've got bong.
You know, it'd just be like, just move the camera. There you go. That's what I'm vaping on.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
I've got the plunger.
Yeah.
I wonder how much, because obviously you've got liquid. You must have liquid constantly circulating through it. I wonder how much liquid it gets through.
It must get through a fair bit. I'm imagining the entire stem is the reservoir for juice.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I imagine if I had something like that, I would be using a make it myself zero nick juice to have in it.
Yeah,
I'll just have that. I'll just have that instead of one of those air purifier things, you know.
So far we have Mike Haynes is spinning it. Apparently, didn't you like it, Mike? Was it?
So
was it shit?
Mike's spinning it,
and we have two cells.
So two cells. We have one vape in the YouTube. In the Twitch.
Gareth asked, "What happens if you blow into it? Do you try that, channel?"
No.
No, that's one of the few things we didn't try blowing at Expo, and even with that, we didn't get any.
Oh, careful, Dave.
It was purposely said like that.
Steady.
It was purposely said like that.
We went to Witherspoons.
You've got to try and get a deal any way you can at Expo these days, mate. It's grim out there.
Oh.
Mike says he doesn't like it, not for him, but he did like the laser shishas. Was there laser shishas? What's that?
That sounds interesting.
And Mick is showing intelligence level beyond me. I'm going to have to go and Google this word now. Can you vape on a Van de Graaff generator?
A Van de Graaff generator. Basically,
if you install a 510 and then yeah, I guess.
Van de Graaff generator is that thing you had at school when you were kids that you put your hand on and you could give people electric shocks.
Oh, it's the static machine.
That's the one.
I mean, I've seen one vape on a real Game Boy, not the Puff Boy, but a real Game Boy that he had just converted and put batteries into and put in a 510.
Van de Graaff generator with a 510 on the top. That could be interesting. Electric shocks on the lips.
So a Van de Graaff generator is a safer version of a Tesla coil.
Yeah, sort of.
So I think you can safely close it.
Yeah. Okie dokie. So that is.
That's
going to be a cell.
Sell it. Oh my lord!
Unsurprising because people, the economy the way it is, people want the money, so it's fine.
Anyone who's been to Expo, they're selling it. Anyone who hasn't been, they want to vape it first.
Okay. So there you go. Yeah. That is getting sold on. So everyone's going to sell that to all the vape shops, basically. And that is my Vapor Expo in 6 pictures. Oh, okay. Fair play.
So there you go.
All right. Well, yeah. Why not?
Cool.
So, do you want to have a quick run through my Instagram adventures?
Let's
done
see
some
your
adventures.
Instagram adventures.
Let's see, Chen.
Yeah, I've got some.
Are they new ones
adventures.
from the past week, or are they from?
These are some new ones. Yes. So yeah, we've got new ones and I think some old ones as well. But yeah, we'll see. So, it's all right. Doing stuff on the fly. I probably shouldn't, but here you go. So,
We've got this far. What could possibly go wrong?
yeah. So let's do that. So coil.
Mike saying you got away with a hat-run lips, a ripsaw, and a suicide.
Oh, so they were selling the ripsaws there.
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
Well
That's
done.
good.
Well done for that, Mike.
No, I missed that. So, coil of the week.
The coil of the week.
Coil of the week. I've got two because I'm greedy. This one, I liked this one. Apparently, this is called Mild Knuckles Polished.
And we've talked about this before, but you and your relationship with Tall Paul, I mean...
I know. But he keeps coming up with different stuff. This is different. It's just, hammered round wire, I think. I'm not sure what.
Polished.
Polished. Okay.
It's the polish that makes it look like it has edges. But it
Oh,
doesn't.
I see. It hasn't got edges. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
polished. Okay, there you go. Yeah, the reason he even put it's not quite in that one, but the reason he took this photo is because he liked the reflection of the screw heads in the coils,
Which are battered.
which are well used. Those coil heads, aren't they? They're looking a little bit rough, but yeah. So yeah, it caught my eye, and I actually looked at it and thought that's a hexagon shape, but it isn't, is it? You're right. It's the reflection in the coils. So yeah, there you go. That was coil of the week number 1. Coil of the week number 2. A braided coil.
What the?
It's
It's a jellyfish.
It's
Oh no, I see
no.
the coils
The
inside.
coils inside it. That is inside a Trinity glass top cap. So that is a glass top cap that it's inside of. But again,
it looks like one of my nan's Christmas lights.
Okay, can't unsee
Remember
that.
the old school Christmas lights?
Yeah. Okay, can't unsee that. So, okay.
So you're all welcome to that mental image. Enjoy.
Okay, fine.
I've had no. I'm not gonna go down that route.
Yeah, no, don't. No. We don't need
It does actually look a bit like a fleshlight as well.
Oh God. Again, next. There you go. I thought the Aspire have brought out a new pod system. So this is
Dave, if you're looking into your flashlight and seeing a coil at the end,
ew.
you're doing it wrong.
Ew. Oh, could you imagine someone?
Well, it needs protection to make sure you don't get the fleshlight pregnant. Isn't that how it works? Put a
coil in it. Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yes, there is a reverse protection, or
yeah, you
reverse
unscrew
ejaculatory
the end,
protection.
Oh my God.
So
this is the what is it? Flexus block.
Yes,
yeah,
the Flexus
Mick
block.
just mentioned it in chat. He says it's very good.
Yeah, I have also ordered one of these today because of unable to be able to buy stuff at Expo.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to buy some new stuff, so I've ordered a one of these today with a spare pod and a pack of coils, and I'm looking forward to it because it is so dinky. It is only a little bit bigger than the Minican. It is only a little bit bigger than that. There's actually on the VVRP page, Dan posted a picture, and then he posted another picture of it next to the Minican. It's only a little bit bigger than this, and I'm like, that's just cool.
Just
Go give it a try. I know, but
you and your damn
I know,
Caliburn.
but unfortunately, the Caliburn isn't tight enough for me. I'm afraid. So
What?
it's not.
No,
I've
it's not.
tried
It's
it.
loose. I tried it, and it was too loose for me.
Wasn't tight enough for me. It's looser than
And
this.
I
For,
don't.
for me personally, like I said, everybody has their own taste. But for me personally, Caliburn is not tight enough. So
Yeah.
this has actually got airflow control on it.
The Spires coils.
The Spire coils are so much better these days. They're brilliant these days.
Okay.
They are banging out some really good coils, especially the mesh ones. The mesh ones for Nick Salts are
no.
good.
Cancel.
Okay.
No, the candles work fine as well, but the mesh ones actually work. I wasn't sure at once, but then I had something that had a mesh coil in it. Oh, it was when I got the Nautilus 3. It came with a mesh coil, and that mesh coil took a beating from the Nick Salts. No problem at all. But Martin, you'll be happy to hear. Along with buying this, I have also ordered some of your juice with it. Yep, and some of your mango passion. I'm going to give it a try.
Okay.
I like it because it's so sweet. Even I have some of the other ones from Just Juice, and they're just not as sweet. You know, when you find a liquid that just, unlike Pox, who can't vape the same liquid 2 hits in a row because then he gets vapor's tongue. Haven't gotten vapor's tongue from this yet.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah. Sorry, Charlie, I'm taking over your section. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
I seem to have verbal diarrhea this evening.
It's all right. This is to inspire conversation and chat about vaping products. The next one that I've seen, this was on Instagram. It's Damn Vape. So obviously, I've got the nitrous. I quite like the nitrous. They have shared this post, and it is on such a damn gorgeous mod that I couldn't help it. And thought that I would bring it up and show it to everyone on the show. Some guy, vaguely vaping related podcast, apparently posted it first, and Damn Vape has reposted it. So I thought I'd share that with you.
So he obviously saw that this VVRP person hardly ever posts. So seeing as he's posted something, I should probably share it.
Yeah, probably.
But he didn't even share your post. He literally just nixed the photo and reposted it. It isn't a repost from VVRP. They literally nixed your photo.
Yeah.
Did they give you credit?
At the bottom, look, there you go, credit at. So yes, they did.
That's fair enough.
So,
no problem at all. If they gave credit, then no worries at all.
Yeah,
they're following the rules of engagement. So fair play to them.
Yeah, so
but
fine.
To be fair with you, that is a nice picture you took there, Chandler.
It came out well, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And obviously they are also fans of Ant-Man, so they decided to feature your mod.
Ant-Man, my ass. I don't know.
Evening, Nikki.
Next one. So talking of Damn Vape, they are coming out with a new product. So following the nitrous theme, they are now bringing out a nitrous RTA.
Ooh.
So it's got the same airflow as the nitrous. The deck on the inside, I struggled to find pictures of the deck. But the deck on the inside is very similar to the nitrous RDA. It is only designed as a single coiler, though, this one. Rather than, it doesn't do the dual coil, because I asked them and they went, no, it's single coil only. But yeah, for me that's fine. But yeah, if it's half as good as the RDA, if it's in RTA form,
that could be good.
Yeah, that could be good. And that that DLC, that matte look on there looks quite classy, actually.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait.
Did you really not notice the nurkling?
There is nurkling on the top and on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is nurkles. Was it
Mark,
more obvious on? It's more obvious. This shiny one. This photo, it looks a little on the cheap side. Do you think? Or is it me?
It does a bit. I think it's because the Nurkly is more prevalent, so it looks like tire
Yeah.
treads.
Whereas
Right,
when you
Dale.
look at that in the box, it looks very classic. I don't know whether it's just the quality of the photo or
How,
what,
how,
but-
I'd say how that shiny one looks is it looks like I got the black one and then painted it shiny black.
No,
But it's not
it's not that
purple.
bad. It's not that bad.
Not that
Well, I
bad.
suppose actually no, it's not that bad because you can't see the brush strokes. But it's,
Yeah.
you know what that's for when I move on to using spray paint.
What do
Yeah.
you mean brush strokes? That's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
the design.
Yeah. It's
Rugged design.
makes it unique. You don't get you never get two exactly the same because of the differing brush strokes.
Yeah, I'm very unique. Lots of the people have said that. Or was it special? Can't remember which.
Oh,
My
and
mom.
yeah. And finally, for my Instagram adventures, while on Instagram, I spotted this, and not this one, this one. And saw this and thought it was a new OBS engine. Yeah. Turns out it's actually bottles of perfume. Sorry, but
I actually thought it was a new juice line for a minute. I thought that was how the juice was coming in the bottles because of all the different colours. Thought it was a new line of juices.
Okay, I saw that and because it does look a little bit like the old OBS engine. I thought, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what this is. Find your perfect fragrance at Boots. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, no, not interested now. Sorry. Lost
Well,
interest.
you might enjoy vaping that considering you like the musk. Maybe give those a try.
Yeah, I might leave that actually.
Maybe pass on that one.
Yeah, I'll pass on that one. Let's not and say we did, eh? Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, there you go. So that's what I've seen on the Tinstagram this week.
Cool.
There you go.
And I think that perfectly sums up tonight's show.
I think we're
And
there.
on that bombshell,
What, seeing something and getting all excited about it, and then having that disappointment at the end?
no, just ending on a bombshell.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, like that
All right.
bombshell or grenade lob, whichever way you want to look at it.
So for those of you who want to join us in the after show, we'll put in a link both on
Yep.
YouTube and Twitch. We'll hang
Yep.
around a little bit. Come say hi or take the piss or whatever
Yeah,
you want. And,
whatever.
thanks for tonight, guys. I think we have Mark back next week.
Hopefully,
Fingers crossed.
planes allowing. Hopefully, he'll be back next
Yeah,
week.
I've been enjoying being in control. It's been fun.
See, now Chandler, you're setting yourself up. He's just going to say you can do it from now on.
Okay, wouldn't mind too much. It's been fun. I like it.
Well, at least he's got somebody in hand off to now. If he wants a
Yeah,
week,
yeah.
if he wants a week where he can just sit and have a drink. So
He is going to have to show me how to do those videos because I completely screwed that up. I thought that was going to work really nicely, and nah.
that's all right.
We'll figure it out.
We will put that in the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Join the Facebook group if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So thanks very much for joining us, and we'll see you hopefully next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Yep.
Yep.
See
All right,
you
and
later.
don't forget, don't just live life. Own it.
Bye.
Oh.
VTUK.